7. My name is Renata Samos-Card.
And my name is Brandon Usher, and today is May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, my people.
May the force be with you and all the great stuff. But we're super excited.
I'm gonna make fun of Jennifer Lopez just now. Mi gente Latino. It's mi gente Latina. It's supposed to be that. Because gente is a feminine word.
I actually knew that one, and I didn't know she said that.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's a safe place here at Sunup on 7. So safe that we're going to be talking about some great medical conversations. Health is so important. So Belize Medical Association is going to be in talking about some things that you need to know. So stay tuned, get your notebooks ready, and get prepared. But what else do we have up our sleeve, Brandon?
Right, so for all you people out there who want to be an influencer, who may be an influencer and want to step up their game, or just who has no idea of what an influencer is, we have Wani Watch coming in today talking about just that.
So exciting conversations, all that and so much more. But you know how this works. Put your comments in the comment section. Make it live interactive on George before. Of course. Shall we get to the couch?
Answer that's worth looking for today. Just in time,
and he's here to talk to us
the
about
writing appears on the
show that we're on right now. Tell me.
and I were the first ones to see.
And we're going to be talking about the hot shush that has been
The
happening
world
over the
that we
weekend.
see
So
may seem that it'll never change. They say, but if you tear down the wall that's blinding us all, you'll see the way today. A place to call your home, a place where you can grow.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome to your Tuesday episode of Sunup on 7. So we bring you the show, we bring you the weather and the traffic courtesy of the Belize Met Service and Smart.
Good morning. Seasonably warm and dry conditions continue. Then in the 24-hour forecast, skies will be mostly sunny today and partly cloudy tonight. Little or no rain is expected. And then high temperatures will reach around 90 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 97 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and then 84 degrees Fahrenheit up in the hills. So please note that a heat alert is in effect, and residents, especially those inland, are advised to stay hydrated and avoid outdoor activity as much as possible, since inland temperatures are expected to reach or exceed 97 degrees Fahrenheit. And then low temperatures for tonight will reach around 80 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 72 inland, and then 66 up in the hills. Winds over the open sea will be from the east to southeast at 10 to 20 knots, with sea conditions being light chop, then becoming moderate. And high tides occur at 11:27 this morning, then at 1:18 tomorrow morning. Low tides at 7:14 this evening, then at 5:56 tomorrow morning. The sun will set at 6:14 this evening, then rise at 5:24 tomorrow morning, while moonset is at 8:08 this morning and moonrise at 9:55 tonight. And next we have the extended forecast. Warm, mostly dry, and somewhat windy conditions are expected for Wednesday and Wednesday night. And finally, for the fire risk forecast. The risk for brush or forest fires will remain high as warm and dry conditions continue into Wednesday. And this has been this morning's weather report from the National Meteorological Service.
Of the weather, guys.
Why Jules watch me like that after the sneeze, though?
Exactly so, because of the sneeze.
It was funny when he would come out and they're like, He gave that look that only Jews can get. We should get that on our next sticker.
Your restaurant to the room just now that the way.
No, restaurant to the
You want to
room.
know if the gunshot or something
I
happened.
leave by
just
me
now.
get frightened, you know. That way, it's a no 110/80 or whatever you normally get.
110.60.
110.60. This is a no 110.60. Good morning, Brandon. People are thinking that we called each other to match up, but this happened all on its own.
And we should bring Mary Frances.
This
on
was
set
thing, Mary
too.
Frances showed me that Ray tried to sit down on this thing and be like, what's up? It's a pink day. We're excited.
On Tuesdays we wear pink. No.
Apparently, we know we
it's
changed the status
Wednesdays.
quo because they say Wednesday, but you know what? We couldn't wait. So, Tuesday.
How are you feeling this morning, Ren?
Alive. Alive. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling excited. Ooh, I know I have a not birthday shout out. I have a shout out for something. And if you go find it in my notes, I will get to it.
Okay.
For somebody
Yes.
we know.
And you had a great day yesterday? I just have to ask. You kind of dared me, you know?
You know what? How are you feeling, B? How are you?
I am.
How are you?
I am mucho cansado. And
You gonna stop 10:30 or you may get home?
I get home 10:30, but
Okay.
it's from 5:30 that we were there. And guys, yes, it is opening week of After Dark.
After that.
And things are heating up. People are getting into place. Things are happening. We are at the Bliss rehearsing and
Things that happen.
things
guys.
that happen.
So
And
definitely get your tickets out. It's available on a quick
Quick Pass. You can call the number that I provided, which is correspondent with Haven House.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can contact any one of us and we can get tickets for you as well. But guys, Renata just tell me Miss Clarita they come.
My mom is coming.
Miss Elena they come. Miss
Miss
Susie they
Susie they
come.
come.
I just hope that their eyes are ready. Their eyes are ready.
If you know my mom, if she say anything that happened on the stage with hype, she might get up and want to be hyped too. And it's the thing with Anna.
Oh, she could come on for
like
stage
she,
too?
she that type of person like my mom. They're like, yeah! And then
Miss
she
Clarita,
will
you could
do
come
it.
on for stage too.
So, just giving you warnings ahead of time. My mom is out there like, she ready.
Yeah.
So, let me just take your pressure pills before you come, and then
Yes,
Or
please take a
garlic or
pressure
whatever
pills
it
before you
is,
go. If you take
because-
that, take it because this one you saw might raise it for the good or the bad. I don't
yeah.
know.
So Friday night's gonna definitely be great, and of course Saturday night. If you miss Friday night, you can be able to go to see After Dark, supporting a worthy cause, supporting Haven House. So again, come out and enjoy a great time.
Right.
But Brandon, we have a great time for Couch Talk.
Yes, we do. We do. And you know what?
What's wrong
The
with you?
first topic before we get into all the other
Tell me.
controversies, yes, sir.
Controversies.
Yes. Is that we have to report on Minister Francis Fonseca, who underwent open heart surgery
Yes.
at the KHMH, right? So
And
it
this is
has-
specifically for triple bypass,
Surgery,
which is a
right.
serious surgery that is also, like Brandon was saying, undertaken that helps with the different blockages. Like if you have blockages in your coronary arteries, and it can be able to help remove those blockages so the blood can be able to flow properly. As you know, your heart is the organ that pumps blood to the entire body. It's very necessary, it's very vital for survival. And so he undertook this surgery and it was thankfully successful.
Yes, it was successful. He's in recovery at this moment. The government did issue a release that yes, he underwent a medical procedure, that he will be using this time to recover at this point. We know that he is the Minister of Foreign Affairs as well as Education, Science, Technology, and
Culture.
Right. So we wish him all the best.
The speediest recovery.
We just also want to expound on the fact that this was done at our very own tertiary hospital.
Yeah, I think that was a big
KHMH.
statement in my mind when you think about it. Of course, he's a minister. He's one of the most senior ministers out there.
He probably is the most.
I think he's the most senior, if I'm not mistaken. I think only person that comes at a good level would be maybe Minister
Cardell as well.
Cardell. Yeah, Minister Cardell, and Minister Balaramas too.
Yes.
So like I'm just thinking about the people that have been there for a hot minute, and he's one of those persons there, and he's held some hefty portfolios in his time too.
Right.
So for him to be able to choose KHMH, I think sends a big statement, a big message.
I agree.
Because, when you think about KHMH, people don't always necessarily think about
They have the negative connotations.
yeah, that's
about
why they have the
KHMH.
negative connotation. People don't necessarily always say, I'm going to go there to take such a big and serious surgery, but he had the full trust in the doctors and the medical professionals there, which were super efficient, were able to get it done. And like
But
you
you know,
said,
they apparently, well, the KHMH does boast a good gunshot unit where they take care of gunshot wounds, but as well as a good cardiothoracic unit as well, where they can operate. There's 2 doctors there that are specialized in cardiology, and they can take care of these matters. So that's what he chose, which I mean is beautiful enough to learn and to big those doctors and the KHMH
Yeah,
staff
100%.
up as well, because there's no going to Merida, there's no going towards the States. It is right
or private.
here.
I'm even thinking about that aspect.
Or private, right.
Because you're looking at it and, KHMH is a much more affordable hospital to go to. I always think about KHMH as like the people's hospital in that sense. So to have him be able to go there and you're seeing him as the minister, I think that also, again, sends a certain statement of like how people should be trusting and what they should understand, what hospitals specialize in. Because you can look at different hospitals and see what are the specialties, what they have, because we know there are some hospitals that have certain things that other hospitals don't have. So I'm just saying, like, this is a good like eye-opener for persons that, don't have as much trust or, have their little off thoughts. And I think this helps to kind of soften that blow and realize that, yes, we can trust our own hospitals.
And this is homegrown as
This
well,
is
right?
homegrown.
With
So
homegrown
definitely.
doctors as well, right? So big up to the KHMH staff. And you know what? When it comes to this, just a little bit of controversy. Yeah, Ren, it's not Thursday, but it's a little bit of controversy because I've heard it last night as well, right? Is that, so he underwent a medical procedure and needs time to recover, but his portfolio has never get, shifted or taken away for the meanwhile. Like, okay. I had to ask that question.
Because even in his sick bed, he could handle it.
Yeah.
That's the whole senior he is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not sure.
I can't even say asking for a friend, but I mean just asking.
You're just asking.
Generally.
This is general questions out there. He just
Asking for the public.
Asking for the public to understand this thing. What's going on, what's taking place. But definitely, I'm not sure. And I know some people are like bigging up and saying true Belizean, for KHMH and all of that too as well. But I'm just thinking about just the idea of how long this recovery may look. And so maybe that may be a reason why maybe portfolios weren't reassigned. I'm not sure what is happening under the covers or so. We don't know, but good question, Brandon. We're going to wait to see if answers, because just foreign affairs itself
is a ton load.
And then we do know that there's the shift that's supposed to be happening in
With the
CEO
CEOs.
for foreign affairs.
Correct.
So a lot of different things taking place with foreign affairs. So questions. Do we have answers? No, we don't. But we're going to ask the questions.
Right. But
And we're hoping again for a speedy, beautiful recovery for Minister Fonseca. I will commend him always as a minister that will always take an interview.
That's true.
That will
Very
always
true.
provide answers for persons in some way, shape, or form. So wishing him a speedy
recovery. And
Right.
So questions, Ren. Moving on to questions now. What is happening with this pension plan for mayors?
What's so funny? I didn't even know that was something on the table for mayors. Like, I know that the PSU, the Public Service Union, have not gotten their one properly rolled out or fleshed out properly, and anything is taking place. So in my mind, I'm just like, so we to jump the ball in that sense where we're going to be having one possibly for mayors and not have one for the PSU. And that is the big question.
Wait, what? What?
That what? Like, that's what people are asking. But, there are 2 interviews to be able to uncover for this conversation. One starts, of course, with the president of the PSU. This is Mr. Gene Flowers, and has come on the couch multiple times, very vocal, advocates for change and everything. And so he presented the idea that he is appalled at this point in time because, and he had to wipe off his sweat because just now he's like, this is a hot topic and if it prepare myself, I have to get myself together.
Go ahead.
So President Flowers was just basically talking about how at this point in time, he's appalled to know that the conversation is starting and that the Mayor Association would even think about pushing out a proposal for pension plan for mayors when they have not.
Especially when And we have Mayor Rigoberto Veos.
And that's the one that he specifically pulled out. Because the one thing to make the pension plan come out, but then he spoke on that specific mayor, and this is the mayor for Coruscant,
And this is
by
the
the way.
head of the mayoral
Association.
association.
And he's saying how dare Mr. Veos bring up anything about pension plan when he's never been for the people and for the workers and these different things.
Especially in Corozal.
Specifically when they were trying to get things done.
And
he used
enter
to be
into a collective
blockage.
bargaining agreement and everything like that.
So he brought up a storm and said that this person to bring up pension plan when he doesn't have the positive light about pension plans and serving the people and the workers and everything too up in Corozal.
Well, next interview now.
Now Mayor Veos
Yes.
answers back and said, my Liba, at this point, it's just a thought that was rolled out, when interviewed with Courtney and asking, but they just merely talk or get rolled out, nothing get finalized. We talk about a lot of things. You know what, Mr. Funny? When he said we talk about a lot of things, I was waiting for him to say like one of the lot of things that was talked about. I don't know if that's me.
One of the other things are pension.
But no, because the thing was, he talked about a lot of things. So pension was just like one of them. But he said we talk about a lot of things, but I didn't get to see any other lot of things besides the pension. But anyway, that's just me. That's just me.
But no, it's funny because, all right, if it is floating around, then that means it was a topic of discussion, yes. And yes, what happened to things that float, right? They eventually come down.
They fall down.
Yeah.
They can't stay up there because, the way how the balloons set up nowadays.
So it will be grounded eventually, right? So why even bring up something like this knowing that it would cause chaos or controversy? And now he responded to the allegations that, yes, you were blocking this, the Corozal workers from entering into unions, into whatever. And he's like, no, all the workers have their right to join a union. He never did any blockage or anything of that sort.
So he denies those accusations.
Denies
completely.
all of those. But yes, it's just a thing, Ali. Table talks, we just say chit chat, charlar,
Just
how
like
that goes.
kind of thing. So I also want to make mention that the PSU reported filed formal complaints but received no reports for that specific thing that happened in Corozal and all that. So I will also say, so Mr. Flowers comes with his quote-unquote receipts and his recall. And of course, Mayor Velas is just saying, we just need to have a conversation. Things float about, G. Things float about, like, that serious, stop the catch hysteria. That basically it is. Like, it's not a priority right now. It's just not completely off the table, but it's not a priority. So when it catch, sometimes fire not catch the first time. Sometimes you just...
No, like I said, Ren, whatever floats, it must come down. It will come down eventually.
And right now, they're still in the air. They're in the air with the drone. They'll wait there. I want to talk about that later on. They're in the air with the drone.
But moving on into our third topic this morning, and this one you saw will rile up.
It did.
Right?
For me specifically.
A cop is accused of rape of a child after already facing another charge for rape of a child. Right? And so this is a cop on interdiction. This is Dexter Diego, who he has recently been hit with 4 charges for rape of a child. And this extends from, I think it was December 2024 to 2025?
Yeah.
December 2024 into 2025. 4 counts of a 10-year-old child. And these are allegations. A 10-year-old child who is now 11 years old.
Because there's 3 incidents specifically that are accounted for December 2024, like Brandon was saying, when the child was 10. And then there was 1 incident that took place in 2025 when the child was 11.
Right. So he is behind. He's remanded at the Belize Central Prison at this point. He is scheduled to appear in court July 8th of 2026. So that's like 2 months away. As well as learning more about the history, there was a previous 5 charges laid against him for another 5 incidents against a 14-year-old child. So this is, which he was on bail.
Yeah.
He was on bail pending the whole trial in court. And during this bail, that is when, yes, I know that he was supposed to go to the court in the 2025 session. However, I don't know what the update is with that so far, but he is still on bail for that. And yes, now here comes new charges.
And this is the 5 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse with a 14-year-old. So this is one that's, all of these things are pending. We're going to see what's going to be taking place. Yeah, I have nothing.
Again, right? So
Nothing.
we just have to talk about it. So a rape on a whole is a power struggle. That is a power struggle, a use of authority in some cases, but it still deals with power. And here we have not only a grown man on a young, innocent child, but a police officer at that.
And so people were asking, was he on interdiction? What was taking
Yes,
place?
he's on interdiction.
But before, was he
Yes.
on that? And
Yes,
so that's why people are checking to see, like, what was the situation? He was, and then, of course, on interdiction and all these different things, this other case came up, this other...
Immediate bail
alleged
revocation, and you go into jail because of the nature of the offense as well. It's an indictable offense. You're going to jail. You're going to jail for be remanded, and then you will have your trial. I don't know if the court at this point, and I don't know if they will, but he does have the opportunity to apply for high court bail. But I don't know, given the circumstances, if
he
they
will be
will
afforded
allow
that, yeah.
it, right? So he's on remand until July 8th of where he'll go to court to be arraigned. Now, with the trial happening with the 14-year-old child, we don't know the circumstances or when the next court appearance is due, but that's still lingering as well.
On the same note of just thinking about his court charges and everything, I'm also thinking about, is like the tribunal going to be waiting until his court case is done to like make their final decision when it comes to what disciplinary measures would be taken for him. So I'm just thinking about that aspect.
Oh, the disciplinary?
Yeah, for his being on
Police.
interdiction and everything on police. So, because that's what people are thinking, like right now he's still considered, on disciplinary measures, but like not a final thing what's taking place. So I would love to have the police department explain a little bit, especially when you see cases like this. People have that mistrust, people have that, concern for persons that are supposed to be upholding law, that are taking advantage of the law, and persons that are so young, in this whole situation, allegations. I understand it's allegations, but at the same time, I would love to see how the police department, or ask them to kind of just explain for the public how cases like this run out when, of course, there's one case, and then there's a next case also. We understand that the interdiction takes place, but is it a wait? Or is it like I try you? What happens in that interim period of wait?
And unfortunately, any sexual assault is, or majority of sexual assault cases it's difficult.
And it takes a long time.
It doesn't happen really in the open like that. If it does happen in the open, who will report or who will be witness to these things as well, right? But majority of the cases happen in obviously close proximity, but away from the public eye, or away from any witnesses, right? So I find it kind of difficult to say that the police, they could do anything because they're not a court.
Of course,
right?
no.
They're not a court. They're not like the officer where the video come out the other day with him hitting his wife as well as the child, right? That is horrific evidence against him, and the police department, I believe, can proceed with that. However, this one, no, allegations, closed doors, they're like, how can they move?
And that's why I'm asking. So
right?
is it
Because
a
they're not like they could call in illegal and
this
the
is what I'm
little
saying,
girls
like a
and say-
testimony or something like that. But in that same light, I'm asking, in cases like this where obviously there's less information for them to like physically see the evidence in that sense, do you then indefinitely put somebody on discipline until cases are finalized and then there's a verdict and everything from that, and then from there move? And that's my big question, because I just want to see how these things are processed in that way, because of course you're looking at public light, how people see a certain officer. So is it indefinite discipline until there's a verdict? That's my big question. How are cases like this tried? Because of course, like you said, there's a lack of like physical evidence to say, okay, take her off at the force, he no longer can work here, but we're also waiting for these cases to take place. So that's my question.
What happens in the interim?
That's my thing. What's the interim happening? Because people are upset and people want to know.
Right.
So, moving right
on.
along.
And this one comes to a bit of a sad news, actually. We know that over the weekend, there was a number of traffic accidents that occurred on both roads, the Philip Golson as well as the George Price highways. But there was one specific one that saw a huge multi-vehicular pileup there. Two vehicles, one transporting a van transporting BTL workers, as well as a Ford Escape, which did a head-on collision, and in the mix of that was a motorcycle as well,
yeah.
right? And unfortunately, 6 injured and 2 have passed away. The reports are saying that the van was coming from the Belmopan. They were just working the agriculture
Yeah,
trade
and it's
show.
between miles 16 and 17 on the George Price Highway
Right,
specifically.
Hattieville areas, guys. And whereas the Ford Escape is said to have clipped the motorcycle and then went head-on into the van, which caused the head-on collision, causing unfortunate deaths of 2 persons. I forgot.
The
their
victims
names.
were, of course, unfortunately, Mr. Nelson Hemsley and Glenn Lamb. These are the 2 lives that were lost in this collision specifically. They were trapped in the SUV and later pronounced dead at KHMH. So both men were described as very hardworking, family-oriented electricians and persons that, were really working for a betterment for their family and just, good people to be around, super supportive. And the 4 BTL employees were injured and they're in stable conditions. So there's a lot of different reports of what took place. Police are saying that speeding may have been involved and may have been a factor, but they are awaiting tests to determine if alcohol was involved also in the situation. And right now at this point, families are super devastated because, of course, you saw your son, you saw your husband, whatever it is, just a little while
Minutes
ago,
before,
and
yes.
then this takes place. So it's definitely just showing how precious life is. And one day you're here, next day you're gone. Especially I know for Glenn Lamb's story, dropped off clothes, said, please wash my clothes to my ma, and literally left out and didn't know that this was going to be the last time that they were going to be seeing their brother, their son, and same thing for Mr. Nelson Hemsley, which I can also say my mom and my mother-in-law, my father, they all know because he was a former employee of BTL.
Oh, wow.
BL. And so even my father, all of them know him. So it's just it's a sad situation to look and see because they describe him as such a supportive, amazing person too. So definitely loss of life.
And condolences to the families.
To all the families.
And we are happy to report as well that, the BTL workers, they sustained injuries. Some of them have been discharged from the hospital already. Some of them have minor injuries, but some of them are still there just being treated, but there's no deaths on that side. It could have been, worse.
100% could have been worse. And, well, again, I always say for these situations, for these events, people need to really, be mindful on the road because there's so much people trafficking at the same time. And so it's
Especially coming from an event.
And then people come late times, people are tired on the road.
The
There's
heat,
so
John
much
Drano,
heat, there's
people,
heat.
exactly.
I don't even only want to just put alcohol in it because you're just thinking about so much traffic, the heat, the tiredness from person.
The conditions of the road too, man, because if anybody, and most people will know out there, if you're coming from Belmopan or Belize City and going in either direction on that Western Highway or the George Price Highway, you know how pitch black that highway is.
Yes, nodding.
Right? So it's just to drive with extra vigilance. It's just to drive with extra care as you're traversing that highway because things can happen in the blink of an eye. And you're already on these road conditions there. So then I put all the way pink. And you're already on these road conditions already. It's a matter of, keeping your speed limit, keeping a due eye on the road as well, because you don't know what things could pop out from. There could be animals on the road. There could be people on the road. All of this could be happening. Just stay vigilant on that highway. We know there's some parts of the Philip Golson Highway that is pitch black too.
Yeah.
But
100%.
at least that road is wider than the George Price Highway. And we know that renovations are happening to the George Price Highway at this point. That means there are people on the road working the roads as well. There is broken shoulders off the roads. There's potholes on the roads right now. Just be vigilant because the amount of accidents I saw over this weekend was like, wow. And then you know that some of them are obviously alcohol, especially the one there in Belmopan, where literally run up into the gas station or run into the deep drains there after they get food and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, really?
That's need to be so mindful, man. We have families to go to home to, so, but definitely condolences to the family. And we'll keep you guys updated. I'm hoping there's a speedy recovery for all of those injured persons that are in the hospital trying to recover too, and the trauma that comes with being in a traffic accident, a road traffic accident.
Right.
They receive counseling and everything along that. We move right along to our next couch topic. We were talking last week about the consultation that's supposed to take place
Tomorrow
tomorrow.
at the SA auditorium about drones, guys.
That's going to be taking place from 9 a.m. I just want to
Yeah.
also make mention. And tomorrow is also the deadline for persons to
Submit their
submit their concerns, their
Recommendations.
suggestions, recommendations for the draft. I will also make mention that you can go and check out on the Facebook page, on their website to see the draft, to be able to look at the parts that you want to be. You can't just put and say the draft, like it, and you know, this or that. Can you put solutions, things that maybe other best practices other countries have performed and everything? But we know that this draft has been something from last year, September, that they had brought up, and now it's just the last consultation that we're having specifically right now to get final remarks. But the life of drones,
right.
done.
And no, it's just that I think the director from the US, the Unmanned Aerial something Association of Belize, they fully are on board with this because they want to make sure that everything is streamlined as well when it comes to drone safety. And we're not only talking about, the small little drones that weigh a couple ounces,
yeah.
you could just fly up into the air and take your aerial shots, but also the larger drones
Big
that they
ones.
use for farming as well, to spray
Yeah.
pesticides and fertilizers and all of that over. What one concern that Mr. Will Moreno, that is, voiced was that they're trying to divide
The agriculture and then like the
recreational and the business, yeah,
and so forth, yeah.
into two different categories, and he's saying no, all of them need to fall underneath one comprehensive act to ensure that regulations spread forward for everybody rather than just one class of drones to another class of drones. We're not at the point of having like airplanes with that are unmanned, but we do have these heavily equipped drones that are flying about in our airspace, especially the one for agriculture. We saw how huge on the news one of those were. They were, I think, for 100 or something gallons of pesticides or fertilizers.
And they're needed, The thing is,
They are.
we have to get with the times and understand that drones are a part of culture now and part of, the well-being of businesses, people's leisure time, all these different things. And it's just now how we can make it safe, easy, and mesh all together. So, of course, for persons that are drone users, that want to be drone users, this is a very important consultation for you to attend, to understand. And I think what's really important, because Mr. Will mentioned it, and also last week when we had the conversation with Civil Aviation, Director Carter also talked about it, that it's not that we're trying to take out drones out of Belize or cause any kind of issues.
not
It's
at
really
all.
just trying to see how can we make this safe.
Regulate
How
it.
can we make it regulated? How can we work along with it? And right now, they're actually at just the initial part of regulations. They haven't gone into like the in-depth stuff of like sizes and these kind of things that you can. Because when you go to other countries, like specifically when we're going over to Asia, one of Philip's cousin was thinking about maybe purchasing a drone, finding out that certain countries certain sizes of drones and certain types of drones you can't actually bring into the country or take out of the country or whatever it is. So like, there are regulations across the world that have, help with drones. We have to get with the time. We have to understand. But that's why they're also opening up the invitation for those of you out there that want to be a part of the conversation. It's going to affect you.
And Rasta K. Levitis says it good. People be flying their drones over folks' house like spies. It is true.
Yes.
It actually breaches your privacy in some cases, right? But just we don't have as much air traffic as those other larger countries do, but still, it does not bar them from actually putting in regulations. And I just want to touch on a little topic before we move on to the next one. For those asking about solar-powered lights, Ms. BL, maybe you could talk about that as well on the highways. No, people are saying use some of the gas tax money for do it, but unpopular opinion, guys, and me and Kevin talked about this last night, unpopular opinion, I think we should start tax alcohol. How about that?
I've been this. It is.
Tax
I've
alcohol.
been this. That is.
Because the amount of alcohol consumption that happens in this country, trust me, that one raise further than gas. That could raise more money than gas, I tell you that.
And it's not a necessity like that. Like gas is a necessity, but people need to move from point A to point B. Have to, and they're not like come off of good vibes and vibrations. They're not like say, fill me up with 50 gallons of good vibes, you know me thing. That's not how it works. You have to put the gas in.
Vibes, though.
You don't want vibes and vibrations. You can't do that. You
People run off of good vibes.
Yeah, you run out of good vibes. Your vehicle doesn't though.
Right.
But, so I'm just saying, I love the idea. I've been saying this for a long time. Tax it, so you know what?
And you know what? A lot of things, like me and Kevin made the talk about, a lot of things can be gained from that, because not only, yes, you collect the tax, and if people feel like they don't want buy it as much or whatever from those taxes, then guess what happened? Your drunken driving goes down.
Ooh.
Your domestic violence cases go down. So many different things so many diseases go down at that point. So if, of course, the people, they want to afford and they want to pay the tax, well, by all means, but you know what? They're making a profit off of that.
100% big profit, and I fully agree. You should tax it. Tax it.
So moving on into our final topic for this morning, there's a disaster response taken by the ministry, making plans for severe drought in 2026. Now, we know that the meteorological service, as well as all over, you've been saying about this super El Nino that has been forming, right? Which is currently underway, and we're feeling the effects already with this heat. This heat will eventually lead to a very severe drought before the hurricane season even begins, right? We're already experiencing it.
It's bad.
So what the ministry has been doing, and this is disaster risk management.
And this is also in collaboration with the World Food Program, by the way.
Right.
Just want to
They have offered some funding towards farmers, specifically in Cayo, in Orange Walk, and in northern Belize, Corozal, for drought mitigation relief, right? And this comes in the terms of making sure that farmers have monies in order to put their irrigation system, in order to give their drought-based foods for planting and everything like that. And people might be asking, yes, and I asked the question earlier this morning, like, why just Cayo, Orange Walk, and Corozal? What happened to Down South with all their farming?
Because these are the areas, like I mentioned before to you, that are most affected. Because when you look at Down South, and I'm sure my PG people can be able to attest to this, Down South is one of those areas that actually gets good rainfall. Sometimes rainfall, I just don't know where the rain come from out of nowhere, but the rain come and he fall. So definitely...
I love some of that rain, you know.
I want in a PG right now, to be very honest. But anyways, that's a next story. That's what they're looking at specifically what areas are most infected. And I just want to do a small correction, B. When it comes to this collaboration and this initiation, this initiative, it's between the World Food Program, Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise, as well as the National Meteorological Service of Belize. So all three of these entities came together. And what I have to say also, because I, and you know this, complain a lot on this show about how people aren't proactive. I'm very happy. This is a happy camper over here that we've been proactive, because we know this thing to come, and instead of say after the fact, what should I do? They have put aside funds for like the water supplies, the storage, and the different things, and they have said, you know what, let's look at the most affected areas, let's provide something. And I'm just like, yes, plan proactively, plan accordingly.
Agreed.
So this is a pure example that it can be done. So nobody complained to me and tell me it can't be done, because watch what they do. They do it. So anyways, that's my mini rant. I just needed to put that out there. I'm very grateful for this.
But yes, it's a grateful thing. And guys, buckle up, because we are in for it. We are in for it. You are already experiencing that heat, and not just the beginning of May. When June, July, August, September roll around, you know, things get pretty heated, right?
It's an understatement. But yeah, definitely. And so with that, we've come to the ending of our Couch Talk. I have my big up to do. I found it. So, you know Miss Mary Lou?
I know good at names. I good at faces, honestly. I am.
Miss Mary Lou Longsworth, who is Chef Eva's mom.
Oh, mom. Oh, yes. I met her before, yes.
She's such a darling. I just want to come and thank you, but don't say my man. And I'm like, oh, Brandon, I do this with me, but it's okay. It's okay. He's booting up. He's recovered from sleep. But definitely, I just want to give her a big, happy big up in every single way.
Yes.
Miss Mary Lou watches the show religiously. Like,
Ooh,
even me
I
to tell
love
me
that.
how that, like, at this point, like, with the Ann Manning, she miss Manning, she have to get in the afternoon. She know when you go on holiday. She know when Kevin go on holiday. She know when I want to know that on the show. She know everything because she just that in tune, updated with everything.
I
So,
love
Miss
it,
Mary
I
Lou,
love
we
it.
love and appreciate you completely. You're such a darling. Thank you so much for supporting and watching us. You're a part of our family. And big up to you on this blessed, blessed Tuesday.
Right, guys. So yes, we've come to the end of our couch talk, and we do have a beautiful sunrise, and I want to feel and take in this nice ray of sunshine
Ooh.
and the warmth. Yes, because the warmth already at this time of
I kind
morning.
of feel cool now.
This one is coming in from our very own Michelle Sampson, and from where part is they? Bewood, California. That's what I want to say.
I
Bewood.
love it. I
Right.
think this is in Los Angeles, you know.
But would be, guys, Michelle, amazing, amazing sunrise there with the silhouettes and everything of that, of the trees and the, things like that. Oh,
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your sunrises, Mitch, because I know you to take it when you do your walk. And so we appreciate you saying, you know what, let me pull out my camera, let me take a picture and send it to my Sunup on 7 family. And to all the people that submit their submissions when they get up early and they enjoy a moment and said, let's also make Sunup enjoy this moment. Appreciate y'all completely. But with that, guys, we come to the ending of our couch talk. We have 3 dynamic segments to dive into later on today, ranging from talking about automatic disease
and rheumatic disease.
and rheumatic disease. So if you don't know about that and you want to learn a little bit more, great conversation for you. We're also going to be talking about Imarbe and how they're supporting the next generation. And like Brandon had mentioned on the intro, we're going to also be talking to our influencer, Wani. So talking about, what it is to be an influencer in Belize, the ups and downs for persons. And I know there's a lot of young people that tell me, I want to be an influencer. I want to be on YouTube. I want to TikToker. So maybe this is a great conversation for you to see what are the ups and downs and prepare yourself if that is the career path for you. But with that, we go to our first commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Alright, bro. Take a quick pic of you right here, bro.
Alright, wait a second. Why? By the looks of it, I think my phone done.
Bye. Please tell me, you know, I want to use that thing again, bro.
But I be serious and I be honest with you, I can't afford to spend big money on phone right now.
Bye, but who said anything about spending big money? Smarter than the agric. They got phone deals, plans, they have everything that agric right now.
No man.
But yes, it happened right now. Plus, they even have raffle and they raffle money, then they raffle TV, everything.
Well, I think we need to ride the agric right now.
But agree, dog. Let's go
Let's go
now.
then.
Visit the Smart Booth any of the 3 days from May 1st to 3rd at Agric 2026. Get amazing deals on phones and plans and your chance to win a cell phone, 55-inch TV, and cash. Smart, bringing people together.
You're up.
These charter mints aren't from
We're
an
navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Sharice Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craig.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your Nation Station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, Ren and I went through a number of culture shock topics for you. And yes, guys, we've been reading some of your comments, and yeah, we need for tax alcohol. I think everybody agreed on that one. But we're jumping into our first conversation this morning, and we're going to be talking about autoimmune and rheumatic diseases here in Belize. And with us to speak more about this, we have on our couch Dr. Victor Rosado, no stranger. He's a director of the board at the Belize Medical Associates.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning. As well as Dr. Osman Morales, who is an internist as well as rheumatologist.
Thank you. Good
here
morning.
at the Belize Medical Associates as well. So good morning to both of you as well. How are we feeling this morning?
We're feeling good. Heat.
Yeah.
The heat is popping. It really is. But we're glad because it's a good conversation to also have.
Yes.
Doc was telling us before about like the history we're making and the fact that, you know, Belizeans don't necessarily have to go out of the country now, that there's access, there's support, there's medical expertise. So like I'm loving this conversation already before we even started, because I think it's important for persons to know what is available for them as Belizeans, you know?
So I want to first start off this conversation by asking first off, let's educate the people. What is an autoimmune disease and what is a rheumatoid disease?
What is rheumatology? Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you guys again for having us. The reason we're here, first of all, May 10th is World Lupus Day.
Okay.
So let's get that out there. We want to create awareness of this disease. We know we may have heard of people having lupus, which is a sometimes devastating disease. So May 10th is World Lupus Day. And lupus is considered a rheumatologic disease or an autoimmune disease. And the second reason we're here is because Dr. Morales, first time ever, is a Belizean trained, certified rheumatologist.
Oh, okay.
What that means and why it's so important is a rheumatologist is considered in medicine a subspecialty, meaning you do your general degree, then you do 4 years of internal medicine, and then you do another 3 years of rheumatology.
Wow, okay.
And that is why it's hard to come by. Normally, people with lupus or people with autoimmune disease like rheumatic arthritis would have to go either to Merida or to Guatemala or to the US to see a rheumatologist. And so I think it is a great achievement that Dr. Morales chose to, after his long years of training, return to Belize and to work with us and serve his people. So all questions about rheumatologic disease, I would refer to the specialist.
The specialist,
Right,
of course.
yes.
And
So-
big up to you. Congratulations.
Yes,
on that.
congratulations.
Thank you very
on that.
much.
So I want to actually just re-ask that question then. What is really an autoimmune or rheumatic disease?
Okay. Good morning, first of all. Good morning, fellow viewers. Just to start off, I have to give you a brief history of lupus. The complete name is systemic lupus erythematosus. There are various categories to classify the illness itself, but it started in the 13th century. The word lupus comes from the Latin, which means wolf. Because back then the doctors that were there, they were saying that patients were having wolf-like biting lesions on their skin, so they named it lupus. Systemic because it affects all organs, brain, heart, kidneys, intestines, skin, joints, everywhere. So what is lupus? Lupus is an autoimmune disease, like you guys said, where our immune system or our healthy immune system does not or cannot recognize what is normal, the normal tissues, the normal cells. So they start attacking the cells and the tissues. It goes beyond saying white blood cells, neutrophils, lymphocytes. It goes beyond that. When you study immunology, or it's part of rheumatology as well, you go into naming all sorts of cells, and whereby you have to study which cells are being attacked and how to treat that. Hence, we don't have any treatment as to cure the illness. We have, whereby we reach our goal to reach the patient for remission, whereby the patient has to take the medication as prescribed as a rheumatologist. And in Belize, because we have little information about that. If you go in the streets and ask them what is lupus, in the US, for instance, 40% of people would know what is lupus. And if you go more over, okay, what are the medications you're taking? You mention some medications, they won't know. So that is why it's so important for us to have that Lupus Awareness Month. Back then, in the 1980s, it was in October. Now in 2004, it was changed to 2004 to May. And the thing is that what happened is that people were not having that awareness. In fact, lupus is misdiagnosed, underdiagnosed, poorly diagnosed. And when I see a patient that has lupus, I have to do all the following tests, and not every test would give me the exact the information or for me to reach the diagnosis. So rheumatic diseases, lupus falls under rheumatic diseases. There are over 150 different rheumatic diseases.
Wow, okay.
We don't know how much or how to diagnose some of them. Many are being discovered every year. And in fact, last year, the Nobel Prize winner were immunologists, where they were studying peripheral autoimmunity, whereby they were studying the regulatory cells that control our autoimmune. And there was a huge improvement in that area where we can finally say, okay, we can find treatment to cure the illness. So, but it's slow. It's a slow process. In the US, it's very slow as well. Imagine here in Belize. So, Lupus Awareness Month, we have to see and to let patients, families, fellow viewers as well, that it's not only about manifestations in the skin. Some people would say, a butterfly rash. That's the typical manifestations that we usually see. That's why in lupus, the butterfly is the main logo. So we need to learn more about the illness, because there's more to lupus too. In fact, we have to treat the patients in an adequate way, adequate way. So,
okay.
I wanted to touch base on something you said that's really important, and I think for viewers out there, just to understand, what is our status when it comes to medication? Because you mentioned that, like, you know, if you would go further, many people don't even know the type of medication that you would be able to treat lupus and so forth. Like, what is the status when it comes to medication in the country that can be able to treat lupus and other autoimmune diseases? Like, how does that look for us?
Okay. Here at BMA, we're starting to get some medications whereby we have the conventional synthetics, DMARD. DMARD stands for disease-modifying antirheumatic diseases. And we can treat lupus, we can treat rheumatoid arthritis, Sjogren's vasculitis, all sorts of rheumatic diseases with the medication that we do have. Yes, we lack more that we could find. Even abroad in Mexico, it's very hard to find what we call the biologics, which are the anti-TNF, tumoral necrosis factor inhibitors, which these ones are injected, these ones are IV or subcutaneous, but it's very difficult even to find it abroad, in Guatemala and in Mexico. While I was studying, well, we had to learn about these medications, very expensive, by the way, even the ones that we have, but little by little, we are getting to know and to have more of these medications to treat the patients. Yes, first of all, I have to tell the patients the medication won't cure you, but it will give you that satisfaction that you are getting better, that you have less pain, that you have less lesions, that you are that your immune system is fighting now and it's working far better than when you were without the medication. And also, it's very important to know that the more we spend, the more the illness is untreated, the more we will have more manifestations, whereby more organs will be affected. And when more organs are affected, the reversibility of the illness is, I mean, there won't be any for us to go back, for the patient to go to a normal.
So, Dr. Morales, and I'm just basing it off of these questions here that are coming in the chat. When does one actually go to see a rheumatologist? Because they may be experiencing something or the other.
Exactly. Very important question. In fact, general practitioners also see patients with rheumatic diseases, internists as well. Any other general medical doctor could also see these patients. So when it's very important, it's you have spent 3 months. The typical manifestations for rheumatic diseases are joint pains, inflammation, and skin manifestations. What we call mucocutaneous manifestations. It could affect you in your face, your hands, anywhere. So when after 6 weeks, 3 months, you are not getting any better with the treatment they have given you, whereby they gave you all sorts of painkillers, anti-inflammatory medication, steroids, for instance, as well, and you're not getting any better, that is the time that you should consider seeing a rheumatologist. The way it is done is that these illnesses cannot be prevented, but there are triggering factors out there that we have, that I also have to tell the patients, I have to inform and educate the patients, because it's not only about pharmacological management. There is also non-pharmacological management with these patients. And it's very important for them to know, because what we eat also affects us. It's a multifactorial, we have multifactorial causes of this illness. Environment, and right now we have a lot of pollution, what we eat.
And that was one of the questions that they had here. Like, what foods trigger or what foods could you eat to lessen that?
Okay, what foods? I always tell my patients, less carbs, flour, bread, tortilla, because in our area, you know, in the morning you eat your tacos. Yes.
Like, it's so hard when I think about diet and Belize's culture of like fried jack, tacos,
Creole bread, bun.
Johnny cake, bun, Creole, all of these things, like, we're so carbs-y. We're a carbs nation, so it's to cut these things out.
Exactly. Maybe patients...
Or have minimal.
Minimal. Patients would tell me, but doc, what will I eat? That is what is my normal staples I have at home. Fried jacks, you know, Johnny cakes and all that. But you have to be aware that carbs, red meats as well, also increase the inflammation in you. I'm not telling the patient, the healthy patients can eat red meat, yes, but when you are already diagnosed with any rheumatic disease, I always tell them you have to minimize the consumption of red meat. Preferable white meat, chicken, breast, turkey, fish. So, yeah, that you have to eat. You have to give your body a lot of protein. And of course, we can't forget the vegetables, the fruits as well that we can have out there. Fast food, Well, unfortunately, here in Belize, I love my fried jacks. I love my tacos as well. I come from Orange Walk. But I know that if you have to give the example, you have to set the example as well. If you're giving these advices, you have to tell the patient, well, you have to as well set the example. So, the sun is the enemy, or I always tell the patient, it's lupus's friend, but it's our enemy.
Wow.
So always use your sunscreen when you're out there.
Yeah.
In fact, healthy people should have their sunscreen.
Yeah.
But the sun is the #1 triggering factor.
Wow, I did not know
of
that.
this illness. In fact, of many autoimmune diseases. Coffee also triggers inflammation. If you would have your coffee, if you would have your coffee maybe once a day.
Other Rosados over there like, yeah, this is what we have to do. But I think, one thing for viewers specifically is also to understand that we are equipped to have the different consultations. We're now equipped we have certain medications in place. When it comes to labs, because I know you also made mention that there's like 150 plus. Can we test to know these things? Like, can we see exactly, are we prepared to check all the cells and see what kind of cells and all these kind of things? So BMA has that equipment and everything like that?
Exactly, yeah. We do have almost all of them, or the most important ones that I usually have to test my patients for. And it's available. In fact, Dr. Rosado will tell you more about it. But yes, I always inform the patients about why is the importance for me to do those lab tests. Because if you go out in the streets, maybe they will know, oh, what's your hemoglobin? They know what's hemoglobin, what's white blood cells, what your creatinine, what's your potassium or sodium. But if I mention to you, I have to do an anti-Smith and an anti-double-stranded DNA.
Okay, that
what is that?
Lost me.
How do you spell that?
That's the same thing they would ask me. What is that for, doc? Anti-nuclear antibodies. Those are all antibodies that I have to do because those are the antibodies that our body produces to fight off this disease. And that's why the higher it is, the higher the titer of the values of the antibodies, the more severe the illness would be as well.
Wow.
And unfortunately, we run out of time.
But we'd love to have you back,
yes.
by the way, to have a next conversation about this.
But Dr. Vic, I want to bring you into this conversation as we're wrapping up now. You're a board member or director of the board at the Belize Medical Associates. Tell the people out there the importance of, one, your annual checkups, as well as some of the other services that BMA provides.
Okay, great. So again, today's visit was to highlight first Dr. Osmin Morales, a rheumatologist. What BMA is doing for the month of May is all of these expensive ANA and double-stranded tests, these fancy tests. We're giving a discount on all of them. So if you struggle because of the cost, to say, well, now is the time to do it because we're offering a discount. Like Dr. Osmin mentioned previously, I think that BMA has invested heavily in human resource, in our diagnostic capability, but I think most of the directors at BMA, what we really want is a healthier Belizean population. And we have seen the transition from 30, 35 years ago when we began to people being more concerned about their health, doing healthy checkups. So that's why now we have men's package, women's package, children's package. The focus of that is to diagnose early so you can treat. And even better yet is to prevent. So what better would if we start eating less processed foods, if we start exercising better, if we start using our sunscreen, all of that, you will need less doctor, but we would be a healthier nation. And I think that is my goal as a director. So really, that's big picture. What we want is a healthier population.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on the couch. Definitely an important topic.
Yeah, people are saying the conversation, we really want to have a follow-up on it. So the door is open for you to come up and talk a little bit more in depth because people want to know about like the test, because some of the things you said they never made it understand it fully and they want to know in depth more. But that's important thing because the conversation has to happen so people can understand the terms, understand what's needed, understand what all you're checking, and be able to get the full picture. But thank you guys both for being here.
They can contact the doc directly at BMA as well.
There we go.
So if you guys want a consultation, you can also contact Dr. Morales right at BMA, and he will be right there waiting and willing to help you out and take the tests and have the consultations with you.
All right, guys, when I put off for work, you just come back. You get your degrees and everything. You spend so long to study. No
Make it work,
time for work. Exactly.
Make it work.
Exactly.
And with that, we have to work to a commercial break. And we'll be right back. Stay tuned for more exciting conversations.
These charter mints aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Sharice Halsell,
And here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Santiago Castile Limited advises our customers our main entrance through Central American Boulevard, Belcan is under construction. Savvy Supermarket is only accessible through the Philip Golson Highway entrance. We are sorry for the inconvenience caused. Thank you in advance for your patience during this upgrade.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corzal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, we had two doctors in talking about the amazing things happening at BMA this month, as well as what really is autoimmune diseases and rheumatic diseases and how they can be treated as well. If you want to learn more about that, contact them. Contact Dr. Morales. Like Dr. Vic said, put him to work, guys. He's fresh and he's our first rheumatologist here in our country. But we're jumping into our second conversation this morning, and we're going to be talking about a Women in Maritime Summit, and specifically with Imarbe as well as Coastal Zone Management Authority and Institute. But before we get into that, Jian, here's your big up. Big up. But we have on our couch this morning, we have from left to right, we have Ms. Janelle McNabb, who is a Marine Spatial Planning Coordinator at the Coastal Zone Management and Authority and Institute. Next to her on the couch, we have Ms. Jana Hijazi, who's a Seafarer Officer from the IMO/ILO. Correct? Yeah, yes. We have to the back, we have Zeraili Narvaez, who is a student at SJC, as well as Miss Kenisha Allen, who's a Director of Operations there and Marketing and HR. Men, lots of hats at Imarbe as well. But good morning to all of you. How are we feeling this morning?
Not too bad, thank you.
We're excited for this summit coming up.
We know numbers.
Yes,
and
we
everything.
are. No, I don't know numbers.
All right, so I want to first start off with basically women in maritime. Let's talk about the importance of having women in maritime.
Yeah, so I guess I could kickstart with the importance of women in maritime. And I want to bring across that it seems like a narrow-minded or a narrow aspect, but it's not. So when you think about women in maritime, you want to think, as you've heard, all our titles are different. We're from different organizations. So we want to make sure when we're thinking women in maritime, it's not just about Coast Guard or somebody working on a ship. It's anybody that's involved in that marine space. So I'm a marine spatial planner. So I don't work on the sea per se, but I help build policies, I help build regulations for that aspect. So we have technical officers, we have people working in the fisheries department that does do field work, we have people working in the tourism sector. So we want to make sure we bring across and bring together all these women from the different aspects, because we want to share opportunities, we want to share different engagements or activities that are available. So we want to make sure that women are now being more included in this marine space, not only thinking it's just for Coast Guard. Because when you hear maritime, you just think about being on the sea, but it comes at a wider variety of that. And that's one of the main things we want to drive across and get students involved as well, so that when we're having these educational sessions, they could think about, well, maybe I could work in aquaculture, maybe I could do something technical or something non-technical like what we're doing in the office, help building policies and regulation to making sure our marine space is safer and it's more managed properly.
All right, so I know we're having a summit on this, right? And inviting more people to come. So I want to now focus to Jana. Basically, tell us more about what this summit will entail.
Okay, so the summit will be held on May 18. The theme is from policy to practice, empowering the maritime sectors. It's going to be held at Old Belize, which is at the Jungle Pavilion. And we're inviting as much people as possible, because this is not just an event where you necessarily need to be already a maritime professional. This is an event where we're inviting people who are interested in the maritime sector, who want to learn more about it. Even though you don't see yourself in it as yet, we want you to learn about it and see if you can see yourself in that career path.
100%. Kenisha, I want to bring into the conversation with all your many hats. Tell us a little bit about, what are some of the conversations, what are some of the things that are going to be discussed in this summit to make sure people get excited, get ready, and want to come and be a part of it?
Well, I'll take it back just a little bit to say why it is that we're even having this event. We're celebrating the International Day for Women in Maritime.
Okay.
Why have a specific day for women? Because, as you can imagine, it's a very male-dominated sector. Women make up 1 to 1.2% of seafarers, and that's 189 million seafarers.
Wow.
And when it comes to working in the office, as Ms. Janelle had mentioned, we're 19 to 26%. So definitely we're celebrating and we're educating because of these numbers. And as Ms. Jana mentioned, we want more women to envision themselves working in the sector.
100%.
I love that. So as a part of the summit now, what are we looking forward to attending this summit?
So we just finished with Women's Month, and the theme remains empowerment.
Okay.
Apart from seeing yourself as part of the sector, it's how you feel empowered, how you feel supported, what leadership mechanisms are in place. So really, it's to highlight those and show different aspects of the women who are already in the sector, how they got there, and how they empower you to get there too.
I love that. And speaking about empowerment, we have a young student here from SJC. So I want to ask you, Ziraili, I hope I'm saying that name correctly.
Yes.
Yes, I'm good. How did you become a part of this and why?
Okay, so I'm an ENS major at SJC, and we got invited to attend the Marve's session. And so I didn't know much about maritime, like at all. So it was really great exposure for me. And these ladies were really encouraging as well. They never gave you the thought that, hey, just because you're a woman, you can't be a part of this. So it was really inspiring.
So are you going to be at the summit too and looking forward to the whole?
There's going to be another part of it that they're going to show the cruise.
Okay.
So I'm gonna experience that.
Oh, look at that. So you guys got like multiple layers for this thing?
Oh, yeah.
What happened is Marve had an educational outreach activity. We invited students, tertiary level, to our headquarters, our head office, to learn more about what Marve does, what we're responsible for, and the wider maritime sector. So she was a part of that. We got to tour Port of Belize. We visited BC Logistics. And yes, we're boarding a cruise so that they can see the magnitude of opportunities that do exist.
And just on that topic there, Kenisha, I want to educate the people a bit about what Marve does.
I think we need a whole segment.
I know.
Marve is we call it flag state. We're responsible for the international shipping, registering of vessels. So the vessels that work here in Belize are managed by Belize Port Authority. We work with the vessels that are in Greece, in Asia, in Europe, ensuring that they are protected. Ms. Jana deals with the seafarers who work on board the vessels, and as well that we have very safe ships, sustainable ships. Of course, as you know, that's what, as a global movement, we're ensuring that, things are more sustainable, yes.
100%, because you want to think about the safety of persons, but also the efficiency of the whole operation too. So as we're wrapping up this conversation, is there anything that we left out that you think is super pertinent?
I think you wanted there's tickets to come to this.
Yes.
Right? Tell us more about
We
that.
left out something.
Jana.
Okay, so you can find we have a link and we also have a QR code where you can sign up to this She at Sea event. You can find it at the WEMAC page. Yeah, WEMAC Belize.
So rather than putting it in, so can you repeat that one more time just so for rather than to put it in the chat, but also for our YouTube and television persons.
Tickets can be purchased from WEMAC Belize chapter Facebook page.
And there's a link and there's a QR code, so you got best of both worlds. Whatever you want to do, where you want to scan or you want to click, whatever it is, you can be able to go and it's open for everybody. It doesn't matter once you are in the marine space and you want to be a part of this conversation.
And we're still gender inclusive, even though we're highlighting women.
Because men have to be a part of the solution too. So it can't just be we speak to women. It has to be both ways.
And even if you're not in the sector and you want to be involved and see what it's about, feel free to pop down. We're trying to drive that interest across the board. So
100%. And what are the prices range for tickets too?
I believe
it's 35, I think. It's 30 to 35 for general admissions. We have a bit of a wavered cost not wavered, subsidy cost for our members to join. And then there's a corporate package. I believe it's like $150 for a corporate package. And it's all on the leaflet on our Facebook page.
And I guess if people want to join, or women want to join the WEMAC, they could actually go to that site and then sign up there as well, no?
Well, yes. Going to the activity, She at Sea.
I love that, by the way.
I know, you glazed over and I was like, that is a good title. She at Sea.
So they can go there and just sign up.
Yes, interact with us. Our president, Ms. Jada Sutherland, is very dynamic. We welcome everyone to join.
Right.
Love it.
So this is May 18th, which is
A Monday.
Monday.
A Monday. It's next week. Monday or the week after Monday?
Yeah, the week after.
The week after.
Okay, good. I just, because my brain, I feel like everything is just jumbled up together. You know when you have those
We
moments?
know it. We know.
So we're not doing this today. So you have a little bit of time, but please register early. Please check the link. Please send it to persons that you know would benefit from, going to this summit and being able to have great conversations. It's going to be at a beautiful venue. Come out and enjoy fully. But thank you all, ladies, for being here and for, fighting the good fight to make sure education is brought so we can have more persons entering. We have a small percentage, but we can increase that. It's just with education and sparking that curiosity for persons out there.
Definitely.
So with that, guys, we're going to go to our next commercial break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Bye, bro. Take a quick pic of you right here, bro.
All right. Wait a second. Why? By the looks of it, I think my phone done.
Bye. Please tell me I want to use that thing again, bro.
If I be serious and I be honest with you, I can't afford to spend big money on phone right now.
Bye, but who said anything about spending big money? Smarter than that agree. They got phone deals, plans, they have everything that agree right now.
No, man.
But yes, it happen right now. Plus, they even have raffle and they raffle money, then they raffle TV, everything.
Well, I think we need to ride the agri right now.
Well, I agree. Let's go
Let's go
now.
Visit the Smart Booth any of the 3 days from May 1st to 3rd at Agric 2026. Get amazing deals on phones and plans and your chance to win a cell phone, 55-inch TV, and cash. Smart, bringing people together.
You're up.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coast.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Cherise Halsell, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm the bureaucrat.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station. Channel 7.
Wake up to positivity and inspiration. It's a fresh and diverse twist on your mornings. Tune in to Sunup on 7 every weekday morning at 6:30 a.m. right here on your nation station, Channel 7. It's the morning show you don't want to miss.
The roads of Belize connect us all. Riders, drivers, families, friends. Every day begins with a little routine and the confidence that life's journeys are protected. From school drop-off through the daily grind and everything in between, each with different roads ahead, yet one common goal: to arrive safely. Atlantic Insurance stands with Belize's riders and motorists with affordable protection, support, and peace of mind for the journey ahead. For the roads we share and the lives we protect, Atlantic Insurance is by your side, insuring you from life's unexpected. Atlantic Insurance, insuring you from life's unexpected.
Good morning, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, we were talking about women in maritime and their summit happening on May 18th at the Jungle Pavilion there at Old Belize. Again, guys, I put that actual WEMAC site into the chat so that you guys can go check it out and buy your tickets in order to attend such a beautiful summit. But we're jumping into another beautiful conversation here this morning, and well, we're talking about Nurses Week here. And we have nurses from the KHMH Authority as well as the PR manager. But from left to right, let's introduce Nurse Sharice Marin.
Hi, good morning.
We have next to her the PR manager of the KHMH Authority, Mr. Tylen Tillett.
Good morning.
As well as Nurse Ruth Bladen.
Thank you, and good morning.
So, how are we feeling this morning? It's Nurses Week.
Yes, it is.
How are we feeling?
We feel extra good.
There we go.
Well, for me, I just came off of work, so I'm refreshed, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm feeling excellent because I'm trying to see how this week is gonna turn out.
All right, well, happy Nurses Week to all of you. And so I want to first get into what are we going to be doing for Nurses Week?
Okay.
Let's start with
Okay, so we have a variety of stuff that the KHMH planned for us, and they will be doing for us. So it starts off as of today. This is the first media day for us.
Fresh off Nurse Bladen's
Yes. First off Nurse Bladen's ship. And we also have a media day tomorrow as well with other media companies as well. We have other media days for the recognition ceremony, and they have the volleyball tournament tomorrow as well.
They've all turned
Yes, excited. Yes, and also for tomorrow they will be serving breakfast for us by Fort George, and we will be having
Radisson Fort
yes,
George.
and
Fort George,
we will
sorry,
be
yeah.
having a spa day. I think we deserve that. We work very
You
hard.
guys do.
Right?
You guys
we
do.
deserve that.
You guys do.
And on May 8th will be the nurses conference. That is everything. They usually do that every year. So that is a conference that we have, and leading up to other days, they have other activities as well that Nurse Plating will be explaining.
So I want to now explore the area. This Nurses Week, it happens, yes, annually, but we know that there's themes
Yes.
that we need to, that we address the Nurses Week by. What is that theme this year?
Okay, so we have a very important team for this year. As for every other year that we have Nurses Day. So our team for this year is Our Nurses, Our Future Empowered Nurses Save Lives. And I just want to emphasize on the part of save lives because we do that on a daily basis and it comes natural for us. And I just want to also make the public aware that we are doing our best and to kindly give us just grace period, just to let us know that, okay, we're doing a good job, because we do need that sometimes. Just
I
your
could
thank you, it goes a long way.
I have several nurses in my family as well, and that little gratitude goes a long way,
Definitely,
right?
definitely.
And so I want to find out more or less how much nurses does KHMH boast?
KHMH has almost 200 nurses.
Wow.
Out of a staff of just above 700. So they make up the biggest complement of specialized persons that we have. And thinking about the team, it brings me back to the memory that one of our recent vascular surgeons that came back from study used to be a nurse. And so the management of the KHMH and the whole philosophy of the KHMH is to encourage and empower our staff. So we've seen people grown in our institution from nurses who have become doctors to know we have a very specialized vascular surgeon that started off as a nurse.
Big up to Ono.
Yes.
I mean, big up the team as well. But and I understand that, well, there was a high-profile person in there a little while ago. And I guess you want to big up the nurses for that too, no?
Yes, we've seen all over the news. Honorable Francis Fonseca did his surgery at the KHMH. His interaction with the facilities started with nurses. During his procedure, there was a nurse anesthetic there. And on his aftercare, there will be nurses. Their nurses are in there throughout every step of the way. And the public is highlighting the fact that he chose KHMH, which we don't find that surprising. He obviously didn't listen to the noise of the market. He checked his change and he knew where he can get this service. And so we have this phrase, there's a quote that says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure. And the KHMH staff, and especially the complement of nurses, we rule with that philosophy. So he made the right decision and the best decision.
I love that. I love that. And now, speaking about the nurses, again, Charisse, I want to jump back to you now. What are you most looking forward to for Nurses Week?
For me, this is my first Nurses Week because I just recently graduated October.
Congrats.
Yes, thanks. So I'm excited about everything. Actually, I want to see what KHMH have in store for the nurses. As a student, I was there, but I wasn't there presently to experience it. So this will be my first time experiencing Nurses Week. So I think I'm excited to see everything actually. So that's basically what I don't have anything per se specifically what I'm excited about, but everything I want to see, especially the breakfast. Yes, that especially the breakfast. But apart from that, everything else.
I don't think they mentioned that they're having a nurses' night at tavern.
Okay.
I will say this before they continue. I have seen these nurses partying, and they can party.
No, well, they deserve it as well, right?
Exactly, we deserve it.
They deserve it.
We work very hard.
And Nurse Lady, I want to ask you the same question. What are you looking forward to?
For me, I have been at KHMH since 2021 up to recent. So I would say that I have been there for 5 years. Yeah. So I was there for COVID. So I was there in the mix of seeing the actual experience. difference of what COVID can do to you. So for me, being there for 5 years, every year is different. I really enjoy every aspect that they try to complement the nurse. I really enjoy the pedicure and the manicure and the massage. That's one of my favorite. For this year, we comprised a new aspect, which is our volleyball. I don't know if you have heard about it, but you're invited to come, as well as the staff from here. We're going to be doing our volleyball match starting at 4:30 in the evening time. So it starts tomorrow up to Thursday. On Friday, we're not going to be doing our volleyball because we need to go to our conference. The conference will be held in Belmopan. So that is our nurses conference. As well as tomorrow is our recognition day for nurses to be recognized. Right? So we recognize our nurses to tell them, okay, well, job well done, and we recognize them by unit. So we just give them an award and ensure that they are well appreciated within the institution. So I look forward to that as well, because I want to see, okay, which nurse got award for this unit, that unit, that unit, and why did she got like, so that is my take on it as well. And for me, I always look forward for the breakfast. Like, honestly, I'm coming off night shift, so I'm looking forward to go and eat.
Nice right now.
I enjoy food from Radisson, so I'm looking forward for the presentation. That is a beautiful presentation. The staff from KHMH do a wonderful job to incorporate themselves along with the staff from Radisson Fort George. And all of the, because I think that we speak about nurses, but we need to speak about our staff as well, because it's a whole group of staff that comes together to plan it. So I just want to say thank you to all of the staff, starting from the CEO to the matron, to all of the different aspects that get involved with planning these stuff, because honestly, we don't see the background. So I just want to thank them from us to say thank you for having this event and for planning it with us, and also Mr. Thailand Tillit, because he's our spokesperson, he's our, our rally to say, oh, guys, what you need, what you don't need, just let me know, let me be involved, so he's our media person. So I just want to thank everybody, because appreciation goes a long way.
Yes,
definitely. So for me, like I said, you don't have to give me a gift, you just have to tell me thank you. I'm very appreciative of you telling me, nurse, I just want to say thank you, because you really changed my aspect. Because for me, like I said, being there for 5 years, I always get the reality of, I heard this about KHMH, I heard that about KHMH, but you guys really impressed me. So I love that. Because one thing is to hear things on Facebook, but when you come and experience something different, you give people a different mindset.
Yes. Right.
So that's my take on being a nurse. I really love being a nurse. And for me, like Mr. Tennant said, we like to dance. So I will be there at Tavern. We'll be there at Tavern to do our
As
nurses
you
night
should.
for Saturday. So all of our nurses are invited. And also, I really appreciate KHMH because they involve our session nurses. Our session nurses are our backbone as well. Because when the hospital falls short, we get our session nurses and they come in last minute. Hey, I need a nurse. And they come. And especially on night shift, because we're short most of the time. So they will come and say, nurse, I'm here. So I really want to say big up to my session nurses, because they really, really help the hospital to move forward. And we're not going back way. We already did COVID. We're going forward. So I just want to tell people that moving forward is our head step. You might hear stuff about KHMH in the past, but we're not thinking about that. We're thinking about positive changes. So that is what I want to emphasize. So on the 11th, so that is the 9th, because we have activities up to the 12th. So the 11th, we're going to have our final scavenger hunt, right? Because we're going to be implementing hunt for the wards, and also on the last day is going to be individual scavenger hunt with our sports day. Ooh. So we're going to have our sports day on the 12th of May. We're also going to be having our volleyball finals on the 12th of May. Ooh. And the 12th of May is actually our Nurses International Day. So throughout the whole world, we're going to celebrate Nurses Day on that day, and with the team for Nurses Week. And I just wanted to just throw in there that is my daughter's birthday, Malia Beleden. She's going to be 16 years old. She's going to STA. So she shared a special day with me. So when she was born on Nurses Day, I felt very, I felt very like awesome. Like, oh my gosh, she born on the day that I'm a nurse. So I really, really felt honored that she born on a day that I chose to be a nurse as well. So I just want to say that nursing, if anybody wants to go into nursing, is a very, very, very wonderful field.
It's a selfless.
And it's a selfish. You don't come in here thinking that you're going to get endless rewards. My thing is that nurses, you need to have that innate ability to want to be a nurse. So if you are going to for motivation for money, don't do it. That's my intake. Hey. Just do it for the love.
Right?
Selfless act, and you always have to have an appreciation that every day can be better.
Well, nurses I want to thank you guys so much. You are doing a wonderful job. You make the profession look so amazing while you're doing it. It's an intense pressure at times, but you guys carry on so well throughout it. And guys, for all those nurses out there, both male and female nurses out there, congratulations on another year, on your first year in some cases, but keep doing the amazing things that you guys do, right? As we're coming now to the close, Tyler, I want to invite you to a last remark.
The KHMH is a soup. We have doctors. It's a comprehensive effort to bring tertiary level care to the country. In that soup, the water will make the soup that a nurse is in every specialty and in every section of the KHMH, except the people who rake the yard, right? And so with that, I want to say a big thank you to the Fort George group that is doing the breakfast. This is the second year that they're doing it. They do this without hesitation for us. And a meal goes a long way. I want to thank all the other people that we've begged over the last few weeks with letters, phone calls, we show a face. Thank you for supporting our nurses and for supporting the work of the National Referral Hospital of this country. And we want to big up our CEO, our new CEO, Ms. Reyes, that is on board and making sure all of this happens with the management team.
I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much.
And I just want to say one last thing. If my other nurses don't want to say it, but I want to say it. Thank you, KHMH, for showing us the recognition and appreciation of Nurses Week. I believe that Nurses Week or Nurses Day should be celebrated every day, but we're still grateful for at least that we have a week and a special day for Nurses Week. So I just want to say thank you, KHMH, for showing us this appreciation and recognition, because we do deserve it and we know that we work hard. So we will appreciate everything that you guys have in store for us. So thank you.
And thank you guys again for joining us here on the couch. And happy Nurses Week and happy Nurses Day on the 12th.
Thank you.
Guys, we go to our next commercial break, and when we are back, we're jumping into further conversations. Stay tuned.
These charter means aren't
We're navigating along the coastline.
This morning, the 2023
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Shiri Kelsel, and here's what's ahead for you on 7 News Tonight. We've got details of these and other stories in our newscast for tonight. Good evening. With your news, I'm Indra Craft.
Belize, you're watching the Nation Station, Channel 7.
Santiago Castile Limited advises our customers our main entrance through Central American Boulevard, Belcan is under construction. Savvy Supermarket is only accessible through the Philip Golson Highway entrance. We are sorry for the inconvenience caused. Thank you in advance for your patience during this upgrade.
Welcome to the V Department Store. We are conveniently located on Coney Drive in Belize City. That's right on Coney Drive in Belize City. At the V Department Store, we offer a wide variety of groceries, cosmetics, kitchen appliances, kitchenware, electronics, and more. We've also recently expanded to the second floor to better meet your household and office furniture needs. We now have a wide variety of furniture, home decor, and accessories. We have a shared vision for a comfortable and customer-friendly shopping experience. Visit us today and be warmly greeted by our reasonable prices and cordial staff. The V Department Store. Experience the ultimate shopping destination.
Nando's Wholesale is the distributor for the full line of Badia spices, including the original complete seasoning, the perfect combination of ingredients and spices prepared to enhance the natural flavor of your favorite foods. Also, cinnamon powder for all your desserts, fruits, and beverages, and as special dishes. All these are available in commercial sizes or restaurant packaging. Nando's products are available at your local retailer or contact us at 222-5000. From Corozal to Toledo, Nando's is proud to be serving Belize as its #1 wholesale distributor for over 35 years.
Is the frame correct? Yes, is the frame correct? Because I want to be an influencer, guys. Good morning and welcome back to Sunup on 7. So just before the break, we had nurses from the KHMH Authority in talking about Nurses Week, as well as how they are being celebrated. Guys, if you know any nurses out there, please give them their praises, give them their flowers, and actual flowers as well, because they do deserve every single ounce of gratitude out there. But we're jumping into our last conversation for this morning, and we're going to be talking with Wani Arzu, who is an influencer, and we're going to be talking about what it takes to be an influencer, some of the ups and downs, and some of the controversy. And no one will like that, you know. But good morning, Wani. How are you doing this morning?
Yes, good morning. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, Brandon. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you here.
And first and foremost, before we get started, shout out to all the nurses out there. It's Nurse Week, you know. Shout out to all the nurses.
Definitely,
you know,
definitely.
We definitely
and
need
again,
them in the health field.
They deserve to be praised every single day. And not just Nurses Week or Nurses Day, every single day.
That is right.
But Wani, I want to get into this now. You're an influencer. You're well known. You've been in films. You've been all over the place. Like, I feel like there's articles published about you. There's all different things, right? But I want to first get into, why did you want to become an influencer?
All right. Well, first and foremost, like I said once again, good morning to you, Brandon. Good morning, Belize. So first and foremost, I want to start off by saying I don't consider myself to be an influencer. You know, above all, I'm an actor. Okay. And to stretch it a little further, I'm a content creator. You know, but to consider myself an influencer, no, I don't consider myself an influencer. People just throw that out there, you know. But how I got into this profession is I started off with acting, you know. As a young boy, primary school, I was always fascinated with commercials, you know, and I always said to myself, you know what, I want to be in a commercial someday. Primary school, you know, primary school, and lo and behold, God opened doors, and I booked my first commercial when I was in like Standard 2.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, in Standard 2.
What was the first commercial?
Big H.
Oh,
a Big H commercial. Shout out to Big H. Yes, it was a Big H commercial, and from there I just kept the ball rolling, you know, like people just kept on calling me. You know, there's a saying that you just need a foot through the door, and that was it. So people just kept on, different production companies here in Belize just kept on calling me, you know. Then I booked a smart commercial. Then shortly after, a digital commercial. I know they're, you know, but you know.
It's the life of an actor, right? But no, I wanna use a little bit of liar skills on you.
All right.
You said that you're an actor, but you do agree with me that actors have influence.
Definitely.
So then, quad erratum demonstratum, you're an influencer, right? But all right, so you started off from a very young age. You have graduated from commercials to films and everything like that. But I want to learn more about your journey. Tell us about some of the pros and the cons that you've experienced as being an actor influencer.
Okay, well, some of the cons would be taking on risks and getting ready for heavy criticism on social media. I mean, being a social media content creator and an actor, you put yourself out there in the public. So you have to prepare yourself and you have to be strong mentally and prepare yourself to receive any type of negative criticism, any type of backlash. You have to be mindful of what you post and what you say on social media because people might get it twisted and might get misconstrue. Exactly, and they might misinterpret and take things the wrong way. So you have to be very mindful of what you post. But the pros would be, besides taking on all the risk, it has been proven to be, fruitful because I've had many success throughout my career. Like you stated before, I've done short films, student films, independent films, TV shows, YouTube series, music videos. So it's all about confidence and putting yourself out there. So I got the ball rolling. I started here in Belize. And then I traveled to the US. I was on vacation. And, like I said, all my success to God, nothing but God, because he really, really opened doors for me. Like, coincidentally, I was vacationing in the US, and this talent scout, she approached me and she was like, "Excuse me, young man, can I ask you a question? Are you an athlete? Are you an actor? Are you in the entertainment industry?" And I'm like, no, yes, no, I've done small scale acting in my home country, Belize. And she was like, "Well, I think you definitely have a face for television. So here's my card, and whenever you're ready, give me a call." I called her, and the first thing she did was she put me like I think it was a feature film as an extra, as a background worker, and that feature film, luckily, thankfully, got uploaded to Netflix, and that is called Tyson's Run. So I played an extra runner in a feature film called Tyson's Run that's on Netflix.
Oh, I did not know that. But all right, so now everybody knows that. No, like you said, I don't want to get to this topic here because I could give from my own personal experience when they asked me to do Sunup. One of the major thing was that, and this is coming from family, is that, Brandon, you will be out there in the public. You will be a public figure of sorts, and anything that you can say or do will be misconstrued. Are you ready for that? So there's that mental element to it. But I've seen recently the post about influencers being very extravagant and expensive in some ways. And specifically, you were named as well. So tell us more about how you're handling that situation.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, everyone is entitled to their own opinions, right? I can't knock anyone for having any negative comments or any negative opinions of me, because if that's how you feel without even getting to know me as a person, and that says a lot about your character. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to say all Belizeans, but some Belizeans are chasing a hype. Like, they love to bring down other Belizeans who are trying to make a name for themselves. That crab in a bucket, crab in a bucket mentality.
Yeah.
So when to be completely honest, my price list was not posted publicly. It was posted on Instagram in my close friends, right? I only have a handful of people in there. I'd say roughly 10 people. And I believe it was 10 people I could have trusted, but obviously someone,
Someone in the mold.
Yeah, someone was there. Someone, took advantage of my kindness, and they screenshotted my price list and decided to send it to one of the news outlets, Belize Now, and I guess who knows what was the reasoning behind it. Maybe they wanted something to post. They didn't have anything to post at the moment, so this was the perfect opportune time to post up something that would be controversial. So that's exactly what happened. And surprisingly, I guess people thought like they were gonna slander my name or be negative in the comment section, but majority of the comments were positive. I mean, a lot of people defended me and defended my honor. So I'm very appreciative to everyone who defended me. I mean, I don't really pay attention. I don't really read the comments because, you know what, I don't want to bring down myself, you know, and I know people will be saying stuff about me negatively without even getting to know me. So, but for the people that defended me, I want to say thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Just to name a few, the cameraman, he defended me. Big up the cameraman. Micah, Manny, you know, big up my friends Ashley and Ray. They all came to my aid, you know, and my family, of course, and everyone else. That was just to name a few, but everyone else who came to defend me, I want to say thank you guys. I appreciate the support.
And you know, it's nice that you say that because, or not, well, not nice, but it's important that you say that, especially with the crab in the bucket mentality. Like you could never really get or do nice things without somebody actually saying these things, right? Because and we know that Belizeans, we just, and yes, my Crawford people, I own it as well. We look forward to that shush, we look forward to that controversy, we look forward to all of that. So the minute that they see something, they pounce on it, right? What would you have to say for those persons now who are thinking about entering into this profession? What should they gear up for?
Okay, well, what I would say is, you know what? If this is something that you really want to do, then go all in. You know, just go all in. Like every other profession, like every other career and stuff, you have to give it 150%. And whatever people say, I mean, whether it's good or bad, just continue the journey. You understand me? Because you don't want to live your life with regrets. Because this is what a lot of people don't realize is that there are so many talented people in Belize, but they decided to toss their dreams to the side because they said, you know what, I don't see a way out with this profession, with this career. There are so many people, talented people, musicians, singers, dancers, actors, you know, who just gave up their dreams because they said, you know what, I'm never going to make it out of Belize.
Or the parents.
Their parents discouraged, exactly. So there's a saying, not study the eyes of the market, just check your change.
But the market is your parents at the thing, right?
I mean, at first, you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's going to believe in you unless you believe in yourself. Be your biggest fan, be your biggest critique. And that is something that I learned because when I decided I wanted to be an actor, I mean, of course, my parents were against it. I mean, my mom was my biggest supporter. I just lost my mom a month ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so she was my biggest supporter. She like supported me with my dream and she was like, you know what, you're gonna make it. I see it in you, I believe in you. And you know, dads, of course, are the ones who are more realistic at the same time. They're like, you know what, I support you, but at the same time, you have to give yourself a timeline, like a time frame as to how long will you be pursuing this?
Have your backup plan.
Yeah, you have to have a backup plan. But, you know, eventually he came on board after he saw all the positive things and positive comments that I receive out in public. You know, when kids come up, when kids approach me and want to take pictures, I mean, he experienced all of that. So that's when he became a believer. He was like, you know what? You destined for greatness for real,
There we
son.
go.
You're
There we
destined for
go.
greatness.
So, as a final question, I want to ask, and this is, I guess, because I'm thinking about it, the content creator part of it. What does that entail? Because I'm thinking, you know what, people I've been told look forward to my stories, especially when I'm traveling. So a travel vlog of sorts. What advice would you offer me?
You know, people just love to live through your eyes, you know, and you can consider yourself an influencer as well because when you travel, it's like you're giving others like an insight as to, oh, this place looks beautiful. I would want to visit this place because I saw it on Brandon's story. So that is still some sort of influence. As long as you can influence someone's decision making, then you would be considered an influencer. And then, like I said, I really don't pay attention to the negative comments on social media, but you know, quite a few people are saying, oh, they don't influence anyone, they don't influence people to buy stuff or whatever. First, and I could tell you this, you know, when I do ads, I usually go back and, you know, look at my analytics. I go back to the companies and I ask them, like, you know, did you guys get any clientele, any customers after, you know, the ad? And this one specific ad that I created for Lalo Malos under the campaign, the NHI, National Health
Institute.
Yeah. So I created an ad for them, or 2 ads for them. And surprisingly, they said they received well over 1,000 registration, 1,000 signups from my ads, from my 2 ads.
And I say you say that not influencer. Yeah, such a a humble thing to say.
And one more thing I'd like to touch, like, so people, like I said, they try to scrutinize me based on my prices and stuff. But being a content creator is a full-time job as well. You know, I have to pay for my equipment as well. I have to pay for my time. I have to draft scripts. If I have to hire people to be in my videos, and then I use my platform, and I took time to grow my platform as well, because I post on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, and on YouTube. And I have a huge following on all my platforms as well. So you're actually paying for that, for a place on my platform.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you know, it's not like I'm going out there and begging people to promote their business. People usually reach out to me. So how can you criticize me based on my price? How can you put a price on me as a person when you don't know what I do, what I've been through, what I've been doing? I've been doing this for years. And above all, the content creating in Belize, I'm an international actor as well. As we stated before,
I'm going to watch this movie.
I've done TV shows, movies, YouTube videos. Like, so apart from the content creating, I am an actor. And for those of you who don't know who Wani Arzu is, you can always Google me. Just Google me.
And actually, guys, I have posted his social media thing in the chat, so you guys can go check him out. But Wani, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on the couch this morning. I mean, you have shown that you got from Standard 2 commercial with Big H all the way up to Netflix, guys. He is there, and everything in between that. If you want to reach out to him, he has just said his social medias. I mean, there's Wani Arzu, there's Wani Watch. There's all of this out there that you can go and access him. Get in contact with him. If you're a business and you want him to promote your business as well, he is there for that. Guys, remember, you're not paying just for that little commercial. You're paying to be on all his public profiles that garners a lot of views and viewership, really. So, again, thank you so much, Wani.
Thank you guys for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's always a good time being on Sunup 7, you know, so thank you guys. Shout out to Sunup 7 and the entire cast and crew, you know, you guys.
There he goes with the
amazing job.
But guys, we've come to the end of this segment and the end of our show. We want to thank the Belize Medical Associate for coming in, for talking about autoimmune and rheumatic diseases here in Belize. Again, go and get your tests at the BMA, guys. They're offering discounts for those persons for those tests. We want to also thank Imarbe and the Coastal Zone Management for coming in, talking about the Women in Maritime Summit happening again 18th of May at the Jungle Pavilion at Old Belize. I put that website in the chat for you guys as well, so that you guys can go check them out and register, be a part of something amazing. We've had Nurses Week talking about the nurses from KHMH and what they are doing. Again, big up to all those nurses out there. You guys are doing amazing things every single second of every single day. Continue to do great work. And then finally, Wani here.
I want to bring up one more person before.
By all means, because we're done.
Huge shout out to Sharon Hope. Huge shout out to Sharon. My personal body, Sharon. Really appreciate you, brethren. Thank you for all the support as well. Huge shout out to Sharon Hope.
Big up to Sharon as well, because he's no stranger to us here on the set. But guys, with that, I wish you a blessed, beautiful Tuesday. As I usually say, and Wani, I want to make you end off with an inspirational quote right now. But guys, if there's anything that you do today, make it make sense.
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one. Love it. Guys, see you back here tomorrow with Renata and Kevin, as they will be blessing you with a Wellness Wednesday. Bye, guys.
A a place to call your home, a place where you can grow. Stand by me and we'll take flight. We'll be there at morning's light. I've got you covered on all concerns we share today. You will discover how the world turns each day. When the sun comes